long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Hi, welcome to the Phantom Zone. I'm Connor McGraw. I'm joined by Soundoff.
Arlen Haro.
It's your boy, Davenport.
It is Alan Muir. I forgot what my Twitter handle is this week.
Alan,
It
I don't
doesn't
know,
matter.
but
You don't need it till the end.
Your pseudo-identities week to week seem to change.
Yeah.
Alan's having an identity crisis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
You're having a crisis?
Oh.
Oh, teasers for what we're going to talk about today. Hey, we're doing CW predictions because that's rolling in next week like a fucking lion.
And when it all ends, we can go back and listen to this episode and be like, we were so right, or we were so wrong.
Oh, we were fucking wrong.
Yeah. Most likely wrong, but still. That's the
Although I
fun of
feel like we were initially on track with the Saboteur review, and then we're like, nah, it's Ronnie. And then we're like, oh, fuck.
it. Yeah.
No.
They really had us with the Ronnie. They really did.
Wait. Did you end up
Maybe
getting?
because the bear reveal doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Did you end up getting that feature that crappy Future Flash arc from?
No, not yet. I haven't. The only thing I've been reading lately is Irredeemable Interruptible. So
Which we talked about last episode.
yes, we did.
Mm-hmm. Good episode. You should go listen to that if you haven't.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna try to get some more. Well, I think the next purchase I'm doing is the button. So the Future Flash arc has to wait. I want to own that. I don't want to read it online. I mean, what? What are you talking about? I own Flash Rebirth in a fucking paperback. Shut up. Don't judge me. Anyway, what do you want to start with?
I guess let's go. We should go chronologically. So Supergirl is still first.
Oh boy, man.
The
Okay,
show's
let's get this
airing.
out of the way because I have no fucking idea where the show's gonna go.
Yeah.
I'll
I don't
make a
know what
bold
they're gonna
prediction right now.
do.
I will be underwhelmed.
Like,
I
thought at
have
the point with
I have a better way to say
Supergirl.
this.
Wow. What a
Connor
barb.
and Hunter will continually forget what happens each week, and I will have to
Right.
recap that.
Look, that is a show I want to like, and sometimes I really do.
Yeah.
But those fucking writers need to pick a fucking direction, because that's the problem I think going into this next season is because I'm like, I don't see where you're going with this. Period.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the problem. I think.
They just keep adding characters and like, look,
Yeah.
Guardian. No, we don't care.
I think tonal inconsistency. Okay, so here's the thing. I haven't been keeping up with news about Supergirl because there really hasn't been any.
And there's one trailer that's super kind of dark, and that's it.
Yeah, like
Well,
there's no
there
news
is,
about Guardian
there is
or
something.
anything like that.
That's because
What is
they're
it?
Doomsday.
They cast someone as Saturn Girl.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you're right. They did do that. So that means that they're doing Legion of
Legion.
Superheroes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's so. If they're doing that,
That's
And-
most likely gonna like up the Monel arc.
yeah,
Please wrap up the
Yeah.
Mile arc.
Everyone is sick of it. I'm sure Chris Wood is sick of it.
Here's the thing, like he got more tolerable as the season went on last season, but like
Mhm.
his purpose is just like boyfriend. That's it.
yeah.
He didn't do anything.
And the assumption that these characters need boyfriends, or even this thing where the CW mandate, or feels like a mandate, that the character has to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. No, they don't. They don't need one. You
And
have
it
another.
seems like when Arrow first launched, there was a very clear distinction of like we're trying to grab that Twilight audience, which is
Yeah.
smart because that was very, very hot, and you'll attract a lot of people at the same time. You'll probably make a fair amount of money in that. But you can see like the rest of the shows have kind of evolved past that because once the Twilight fad died out, like it died out fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like every young teen, like romance fantasy novel that came out after was a horrific tank.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Every one of
about.
them.
The only
That-
one that was kind of big is Hunger Games. Like,
And
that's
Maze
it.
Runner. Maze Runner and Hunger Games are the ones that kind of stepped out of it because they're interesting.
Mhm.
And
They
I
have
think Maze
interesting
Runner is
ideas.
fantastic. Maze Runner is like a bunch of little Muppet Baby action stars.
Hmm.
They're
Yeah.
That movie series is very weird. Like how that's the one that got popular. Like
yeah, and Hunger Games got away. I didn't want to say got away with it, but like successful because those movies do not, for PG-13 films, they don't pull any fucking punches.
Yeah. there are things in the first movie that weren't in the Dark Knight.
Yeah, child death was not in the Dark Knight.
Like there are moments that are like comparable though, like where like, oh, the Dark Knight, you don't even see somebody get hit, and in this you see people like getting stabbed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what's it called? What the fuck is the sequel called?
I don't know.
I can't remember what the second one's called, but the second one had like some of the most. It had really horrifying violence.
Yeah, it did. They managed
that
to keep
and
that.
Katniss is not someone who's like a love triangle, but she's not also someone who's like, I need a boyfriend.
Right. It's not her sole reason for existence.
Like she's strong enough on her own; she can probably kick all of our asses.
Love interest.
Yeah, which is something that I'm so worried about with Super Bowl season.
But yeah, no. Back to the point. Like all the shows have kind of leapt out of that shadow, and it seems like Supergirl. I guess this is probably because it started in a different network.
Yeah, it's growing pains, and it kind of had to catch up. And it does feel like hazing or some sort of like thing where you have to do X amount of X thing for X amount of time before we let you do what you want.
And it's still to this day, I don't think anyone is worse than Arrow season 1, where like I first got into it after I got into Flash, and I was watching. I was like, this is fuck. I'm like, when it's cool, but like I think there was like at most 5 different just dull relationship dramas going on at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is like daytime soap opera bad.
The one that was ever interesting was Huntress, and that's because that that girl was crazy. Like full on. But I've never been a fan of Barry and Iris. Just never have.
Well, if they didn't write Iris to be insufferable.
Yeah. It's also like I get on the comic book page, it works, them being like basically brother and sister, and also in love.
Look, every first season of a TV show has problems.
Okay, this is the thing with the Flash as a character,
Yeah.
and on the TV screen it doesn't quite work as well. You have to do a lot of work.
The issue is they made we're to get back to Supergirl in a moment with it. Like the problem with Flash season 1 with Iris is that they immediately set her up as like this love pining after, and she's with somebody else. So it makes Barry look weird. It makes Iris look, I don't know. Iris was really just kind of irritating in season 1, and she steps down a bit in season 2, and then like season 3, she's fine. Whatever.
You mean when they were having their like stolen from Superman the movie interactions?
Yeah,
literally stolen. Went to the point where they stole dialogue.
I mean, you have a problem with it now, but then you complain about being a Man of Steel.
And then Eddie is so likable. You're like, don't do this to him. Good God.
Yeah.
Eddie's like the nicest dude.
So like I would have preferred she just be with Eddie.
Even after Barry like deliberately hits on Iris and punches Barry in the face, he still comes
like,
back.
He's so sorry.
He's like, oh man, bro, sorry. I love you.
Yeah. It's pretty
Please
great.
be at my wedding.
It's fucking unflappable. I loved Eddie. Please come back.
Like, I'm going to produce Spawn that will want to destroy you, but I'm cool.
I think it's a perfect counterbalance to Eobard too. But Supergirl, they really got to find an interesting big bad. Like, what's her face was kind of cool last season, but she didn't show up till like the last half and didn't become an actual like threat until like the last third.
Yeah, Terry Hatcher was like a surprise villain.
I saw Terry get into a fist fight with Supergirl. What fucking planet am I on?
I never thought I'd see that in my life.
One of the cast members of Desperate Housewives fought a DC superhero.
Yeah, a former Lois Lane fought Supergirl.
That I think is the cool about it, is that they seem to have a lot of deep respect for the shows that came before it. So, although Alan, I think your dreams of seeing Tom Welling on one of these shows is now dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he basically officially said he wouldn't do it.
No.
Well, he signed on for what, Supernatural?
No,
he's on Lucifer now.
Lucifer, there we go.
I'm talking about Flash.
Why is he on Lucifer?
He's playing an Archangel.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
he's playing Michael.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
It made me laugh, so this is what matters.
But yeah, Supergirl A needs a big bad.
Yeah.
B, fucking drop them on Elbit. He died in the coldness of space. Move on.
Yeah. Or he died from the copper pole or whatever.
Let him die alone in a terrible
Or she meets the Legion of Superheroes and he's just like, I don't love you anymore.
Also,
like,
using Superman everywhere, it's great because it gets away from the whole like my cousin shtick from the first season, which was so irritating. They're like, look, Superman's ankle. I'm like, will you stop?
And that great shot from season 1 where he's
it's blurry Superman.
No, he's flying directly towards the camera, and then just divots right down into
flops
because of
so
Myriad.
great.
He makes a hard left.
No,
Yep.
a hard dive.
Yeah, hard.
Also,
What the fuck just happened?
Tyler
Was that
Hoechlin
Superman?
is actually a great Superman, so
Yeah.
I want to see him back. I just don't want to see him all over the place. We talked about last year where the more he's there and the more you keep comparing Supergirl to Superman, he actively becomes a detriment to her show.
Yeah,
like
because you just want to be watching a Superman show.
Yes. Well, not even that. It's like, stop. Like, this is a show about, like, a powerful female lead. Stop lining up super-powered males next to her. Lining heroic males next to her.
And stop giving her best friend a Batman suit.
Holy shit. If I never see Guardian again, it'll be too soon.
Fuck.
Like, give Jimmy something interesting to do.
So over Steel Captain America.
What was, like, Leeson's obsession with adding vigilantes?
I don't know. I don't
We didn't even get any
know.
resolution on the
Actually,
vigilante.
you know what? I answered my own question. You know what it is? Daredevil Season 2.
Maybe, like, my guess would be because McCall Brooks looks like he could be a superhero, their instinct was, well, he obviously should be, right? Why shouldn't he be?
It is weird to see if Jimmy Olsen, who is that physically imposing.
You know,
Yeah.
Jimmy
It's,
Olsen?
the first time I saw Jimmy Olsen in this show, I was like, Jimmy Olsen could fuck me.
Yeah.
Do you know
also
who,
you wanted to fight?
two things?
Go ahead, Al.
Do you know who was a good Jimmy Olsen? Even though he wasn't really Jimmy Olsen?
Who?
The dude
Aaron
from
Aaron Ashmore.
Oh, okay, yeah. Although he
And-
did end up actually playing Jimmy Olsen at some
I
point.
was like, Scotty Sweat?
And
Yeah.
the I just like to bring this up, but we were so close to having Chris Rock play Jimmy Olsen.
Okay, then.
Can we not?
Yeah, can we
I
not?
really want that now.
If the actor whose name I can't remember wasn't playing Foggy, I'd want him to play Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Elton?
Yes.
Yeah,
That dude-
he cuts that hair.
Yes. A perfect best buddy.
Yeah.
That's what Jimmy Olsen kind of needs to be. Like, also, please don't put him in a romantic angle with Supergirl ever again. Stop.
No,
Just
no.
stop that.
I said at the beginning of the last season they didn't do this. This is not what they did. Make him the new person who has to tell her what to do and give her advice on how to be a better
Yes.
journalist and person. Like, because he's had to do that. He's had to balance having a big secret of knowing who Superman is while trying to be a good human being with friends and a life. And he knows all about it. He should be able to give her lessons on it. He should be the new Cat Grant of the show, sort of, since Cat really can't be there.
Well, she is. She's in the trailer for season 3. So
So
Yeah.
she's not going to be, like, she's not going to make...
Nah, it's it's kind of actually given how how much of a boost she is to the show. If she comes and goes, every time she comes back, you're gonna be like, oh fuck yes.
Yeah.
It's like a treat. It's like the Superman thing. Where it's like every time he comes back, his purpose is fine, and he kind of helps like just boost the whole environment. Because you're like, holy fuck, Superman and Supergirl, fuck yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like their fight from last week's shit.
Yeah. And like that moment where it's, I can't remember her name. I think it's Christina Applegate. No, I can't remember her name for some reason. But Harrison Ford's wife, Linda Carter, Calista Flockhart, and again Terry Hatcher. They were all in this together, and that was amazing. It was a great scene, and it was really well acted. So like stuff like that, you only getting that once a season is
And
great.
I think the other thing with Supergirl is like she's a fucking Kryptonian. Like you really have to bend over backwards to make anything seem threatening. And also, like, Flash has the particle accelerator that blew up, so it got a bunch of metahumans. Arrow has, like, a problem. Legends don't have that kind of problem because they just jump in and out of the timeline. Supergirl, like, Star City is like, everything's fine here,
Yeah.
except they have a whole
Wait.
alien side.
You mean Starling City?
Whatever.
No, they changed the name to
I
Star
know.
City.
I was just trying to be a jerk.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think that, and this is something for all the shows. And
What's Arrow City called?
it's Star City.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is Star City.
Star City. Sometimes it's actually they're just like, no, it's Seattle.
Oh wait, hold on. What's
No.
Girl's hometown in her show?
Huh?
What is Supergirl's? Where does she operate? It's not
Oh,
Metropolis.
no, it's where is it? I don't remember.
As generic as Central City. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's very generic. It's
But
not
that's what
Pacific
I'm
City.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like her city, aside from having a bunch of like aliens who are hiding out, has no consistu, and it seems like she's not ever stopping like global threats until like kind of late game.
And here's the thing: there was good stuff in that second season, and like the very obvious commentary on Trump. That stuff.
I'm not sitting here saying Supergirl season 1 or 2 have been bad. It's just they're trying to fucking. I wouldn't even say they're trying to run before they can walk. It's just like you said, growing pains. The show has no identity yet.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, maybe pick an angle or pick a thing that you're trying to do. Again, like, if you want to be the show that has a strong political message and maybe abandons the Monster of the Week format, perhaps?
I think everybody could learn from that.
Like, yeah, because
Flash
I
killed that concept dead with fucking shade.
yeah, I think all these shows need to abandon Monster of the Week. The only one where it kind of makes sense still is Arrow, because otherwise, and this is the problem I ran into, how many times can you do I got exposed to kryptonite and got
Powers.
blank ability? How many times can you do that and explain it in a way that you haven't done it already before?
Well, I think Arrow benefits from having like episode of the week they have like crime
Yeah.
guy of the week, which is like, oh, that's relatable and realistic. Like there are criminals everywhere, and like one could be popping up on someone's radar any given week.
Yeah, and like, I get it. Flash kind of built in ways of explaining. Okay, well, this is a meta from another universe.
Seems
And-
like season 4 will have returning metas from season 1, which is awesome. Great, thanks.
Is
But,
Rainbow
yeah.
Rider coming back?
No, the girl with teleports, I know for a fact, is coming back.
Peekaboo?
Oh, yeah. So, Supergirl, I guess, just like, I don't know. We all probably assume it's going to be a lot of the same, but we all want better, I guess. That's what we're saying.
Of course I want better, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Supergirl's the show that we're going to get better from. You know what I mean?
And it's hard to make a prediction on because, like I said, the show's direction is so questionable.
Better heroes, better villains, better story. Papa John's.
Technically, this is their this is their real second season. If you consider their first season at CBS kind of like a practice run, kind of.
Or a test flight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll consider how Legends of Tomorrow started off in season 1 kind of hot and then like meanders like nothing has ever meandered before in the middle, and then kind of only picked up steam at the end, and then second season was just hit after hit after hit after hit. Like they maintained constant momentum until the end of the season. I think maybe, hopefully, possibly they take the same approach to Supergirl season 3 and treat it as their sophomore season at CW, and shift the direction to somewhere where like you don't lose momentum.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's what it is, but like I can't make a prediction. I have no fucking idea where the show is going to go.
Yeah.
We have that Lady Doomsday thing coming up, which I'm not exactly where it's supposed to be, but
That character is very vague. And,
great.
And from New 52.
I was joking about the Doomsday thing. Actually,
Yeah, it's like, of course they're doing Doomsday because why not? I don't know. But yeah, like they're doing that. They're obviously doing Legion if they're doing Saturn Girl, or they're hinting at it heavily.
Hey, here's the thing: doing Doomsday now in Supergirl is way better than doing Doomsday on fucking Smallville.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't even put on my costume yet. Oh my god, here's my greatest physical threat ever in the history of my entire comic book run.
I mean, There are so many other things that happen before he's even put on his costume. He kills Lex Luthor.
He meets
Okay.
the Justice League.
Alan, I know you
Like-
love that show, but I
No,
hate
he
that
meets
show.
the JSA.
Okay,
It's this league.
yeah, but no, like again, he kills Lex Luthor. He doesn't put Lex Luthor in prison. No, before the show's even ended, before he's ever put on the costume, Lex Luthor has already gone through his "I'm a villain" march.
Murder.
Right, and then at some point, after Clark thinks he's been dead, he's already thought he was dead for a while now. He ends up killing him again in like the most throwaway episode ever. Like, if anybody's ever seen the movie For Your Eyes Only, the villain Blofeld, James Bond's greatest villain, greatest foe.
Oh my god, this is the best villain death in the history of
Yes.
cinema.
He
Holy shit,
dies
when he
in
just-
an opening
He
scene.
drops him out of a helicopter into a big smoke shaft, doesn't he?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
oh my! You don't even see his face.
You don't even see his face. And
It's like a distant shot, and like James is like bye, and he just kicks him out of a fucking helicopter. A dummy falls into a fucking like a sub, and that
and
is
it explodes.
Wait, which season?
No,
No,
this is James Bond, but it's a reference.
comparison too. Yeah,
Yeah, but
No,
so in
I'm
this
talking
episode,
about
it's the
Lex
exact same
Luthor
thing.
Smallville stuff.
I don't.
Oh, Smallville. This is a season. It's one of the seasons where because Michael Zom wasn't on, they hired a bald dude and put face stuff on him.
Oh, I mean the guy
and
from
Skull?
Legion and Man of Steel.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, so that guy he dies in a RV that has computer screens in it, and it's literally the same as a View or For Your Eyes Only. Like it's like the worst death for the Lex Luthor character ever.
So real quick, on a side that's got nothing to do with anything, you mentioned Man of Steel, and I'm setting the show real quick. I went to a Halloween store yesterday. I got really excited. Halloween's fucking coming around. Love it. And I walk in. I'm already just incensed because I walk in and fucking ushers on. I'm like, you couldn't even play Monster Mash.
It was a monster
So
mash.
I go right to the superhero section. So I'm like, what do they have this year? And as expected, it's Harley Quinn, Deadpool, Harley Quinn, Deadpool, Captain America.
Mhm.
But then something caught my eye. I look up and I go, Feora costume? And lo and behold, it was a licensed Man of Steel Feora costume, and it looked legit as fuck. And
Wow.
I'm like looking around, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see one Harley Quinn, and it's like a legit leather Arkham City Harley Quinn costume. I look around again, I see a legit 60s Catwoman costume from the same company. And then I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then I look at it, it's called like Secret Desires or some shit, and it says adults and playful adults. I'm like, why is the fucking porno costumes the most sincere, authentic costumes in this store?
Because that's what that industry has
They look
decided.
So
because
fucking
perverts,
good.
yeah.
Listen,
Because of that industry years ago decided, you know what, we're gonna be as authentic as possible, and then we're gonna do all kinds of. I won't say the words here, but yeah.
listen.
Y-
Quote one Eric Sayor from the Pro. Let me tell you something about horny. It's everywhere.
But I
Damn
was
it.
amazed that like these like glorified like sex costumes were like the best looking retail superhero costumes I've ever seen that you could just buy out in public. They're $65, which actually is a steal considering how good they look. But anyway, there was a Supergirl one as well. But like that's
Cool.
a hard costume to fuck up.
Right.
So
yeah.
back to predictions.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think we're done with Supergirl.
Yeah. So whew, do we want to do Flash?
Let's get this out of the way.
Oh my. Oh.
So
my.
obviously I'll just say it looks like they're already doing damage repair from season 3.
Kind of.
They have stepped out in front and been like, there's no speedster villain. The problem is
Oh.
they didn't use those words last season, but they kind of, in not so many ways, say it, and then boom, Savitar.
Well,
Yeah, they hinted very strongly.
They
And then
they first said "Hey, we're gonna have two villains and Doctor or Professor Doctor whatever, Alchemy,
Mhm.
and Savitar, and then
Right.
they by saying, or by having those two characters be basically one character.
Basically one and the same until the late season reveal.
Yeah.
One character was basically like a puppet.
Yeah, and like the corners they cut were kind of ridiculous because once Dr. Alchemy shows up and they're like, "Hey, Tobin Bell's gonna be voicing Dr. Alchemy," I'm like, "Fuck yeah, cool."
Yeah.
Which is still a weird thing when you think about it. Like, does that mask make him speak like Savitar, or is Savitar speaking through him?
Yeah. The rules as established in 1995 Scream.
Yes.
So,
Also, like, I went back and like just rethought the whole season 3 again, and like, did you know we saw Savitar and not like we didn't see him, but his presence is in like episode 2.
What?
He kills the rival.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bet y'all forgot about that one.
No, I remember. I remember that one.
Did the rival
Yeah.
please come back? I love the rival. So
No,
much.
fucking rival died, and that's it. He's gone forever.
Listen, the rival is like an anime character that they put inside the Flash.
Holy
I love-
shit, the rival's costume looked like it was made of chocolate. It's hysterical.
I love the rival.
So goofy.
Why did he have bad ears?
I don't know.
Man. Like, their obsession with, like, leather costumes is kind of like, okay. Like, and then the rival costume shows up, I'm like, that is the fucking fakest looking shit I have ever seen.
It felt like a parody of the
It
Flash.
looked like it was made of, like, foam.
Yeah.
That and, like,
Ugh.
he's such a jobber. Like, you introduce a speedster villain, and, like, all of them have been, like, super threatening, and he's just quickly
Jobbed
disposed of. Jobbed out.
Mhm.
But he almost kills Wally in Flashpoint, so.
Yeah.
We've got the Thinker confirmed as our Season 4 villain, and a lot
Right.
of the press from everybody...
That's poison.
Berlanti?
Okay.
Berlanti, yes, that's his last name. That's how I say it.
Yes, correct.
Like I said last year. He's been very vocal about, like, yeah, it's going to be the fastest man alive versus the fastest mind alive, and he can't just run, and use his speed, just always wants to use his brain.
That's
I'm like,
That's
that's
good.
interesting, because you have an entire team of smart people on Team Flash,
Mhm.
and that's something for all of them to do.
It's really just his team versus this villain, and can his team beat? Sounds like a great.
Now, if they
Plot.
treat this like we made the Saw reference, if they treat this like Saw, where they're trying to outmaneuver some dude who is so smart he is consistently 10 steps ahead and has predicted everything they're going to do just from fucking being that
Mhm.
smart, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to explore. It's an
Instead of
interesting
like
idea.
Savitar, like, I was you. I'm 10 steps ahead because it's hot.
Yeah, and just convenient writing all
Also-
over the place.
Also, let's not abuse time travel anymore. Let's not, please.
Nope, they're going.
Yeah.
They're gonna force into the ground.
I mean, they could do it every once in a while. Like, it's fine when he goes back and, like, grabs Snart from fucking Legends of Tomorrow, or when he, like, I'm fine with him hopping worlds to go talk to Jay Garrick or whatever.
Hmm.
But, like, can't have the Flashpoint thing happen and the Savitar thing happen and then have him be like, I'm going to go change the timeline.
Right.
Also, like, it seems like his time in the Speed Force has completely changed him.
Yeah.
It's said that he's been there for about 6 months.
And they've also, they really have to address the fact that, like, the Speed Force mommy, I'm calling her, came out at the end of Season 3
Hmm.
and was like, come into the Speed Force. You have to, your time is up. Let's go. It won't be a prison, blah, blah. And, like, pretty much all the Season 4 synopsis say, like, and they have to free Barry from his own personal hell. I'm like, okay, so what is it?
Yeah,
Like, did Speed Force Mama lie to him?
that speaks to this thing where they obviously don't know how to make up their minds about these things, and they kind of change by the day or change by the episode.
And
They
and
just
they have
decide.
said that Flash Rebirth, the Jeff Johns graphic novel, not the new DC run, is the answer to this.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you kind of had your cake and ate it too, because you already had Barry get stuck into Speed Force and basically die in Season 2. And then you had, like, more or less the return of Barry Allen, like, the next episode. And now it seems like they're doing it
Yeah.
again.
There is something I kind of hope they do. This was from Francis Manipur,
Mhm.
where it was the whole, like, having speed, like, or having super speed, but mentally, which he did early on in the New 52.
That would make sense considering who he has to deal with. Like, Barry can think fast, but it doesn't make him super intelligent.
No, he just thinks fast,
Yeah.
and there's really nothing in the beginning of the arc. it's I can't really describe it. It's one of those things.
That's fine.
That's how I feel about most Flash things. What's the Speed Force?
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
It's fucking magic.
I'm still. Go ahead.
Hunter.
That was it. I got my sentence out.
Oh,
I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I said, according to Max Mercury, it's magic.
Oh,
Basically.
I'm still not convinced that they won't somehow turn the Thinker into a speedster.
Here's
I'm
my
just
thing.
not convinced.
If they bring in a student, it better be Eobard, because he's the only one who would make sense as far as doing Flash Rebirth.
He's the exception.
And his story's not done. Like they have his entire life leading up to season 1 to explore.
Right.
I think like even Matt Letcher, like he said, like he had to put down the suit for Legends, and he was like, I'm really bummed to put this down. And I think he was told by one of the producers, like, not for long, or
Right.
like we're gonna need you again.
And he could very easily be like an ally to Barry even for a season, which would be interesting. Like an ally who wants to kill you is something that has been done before, and it's usually pretty interesting.
Or they do since they killed Black Flag season.
They didn't kill him; they just killed that form.
Well, people are thinking, because if this is going to be based off Rebirth, what if his release in the Speed Force and his kind of newfound gloomy look is because he is unwillingly becoming the Black Flash, and it's
That could
Eobard's
be.
fault? Like this is a good way to introduce the negative Speed Force. And it's a good way to kind of like, elaborate more on Eobard's like entire existence, because we got a taste of it in season 1. We didn't get a whole thing. We just got like,
God damn.
Yeah. So I have one prediction that I feel like I'm swinging for the fences with this one, but I feel like I'm justified in saying it. I think at the end of the season they're gonna kill Barry.
No, that's not. No, I don't see that happening.
No, because the reason I say that is because they're setting it up.
No,
I feel
because
like they
they
are.
literally did this 3 years ago with Arrow.
True, but I don't think they're. I'm not saying they're gonna do
I also
that.
don't think that they think that Wally, or the character who played Keenan Lonsdale,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure they know he's not
ready.
capable of leading the show.
Not yet. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised. 'Cause
Honestly, they're going to ship Wally off to Legends at some point,
possibly,
which
I
is
just,
totally 100% fine with me.
yeah. I
I
just get
understand
the
what-
feeling that
I just
Go
want to
ahead.
see. I just want to see. What's his face? Art show up.
possibly. I don't get the feeling that Grant Gustin is gonna stay on the CW. I get the feeling that things might go the way in which he leaves the show, and they'll have to do it. And I could see that happening very soon. So I don't know if it'll happen. I might be
What does he
wrong, but
go do instead, though? Like,
if he can do movies, like of anybody from this whole series of all 5 shows or whatever, 4 shows, if anybody could do it, it's him, and he's already got stuff lining up. So if I was gonna predict anybody would die, and it would be because of stuff outside the show, it'd be him. So yeah,
I'm going
Just
to make
saying.
a bold prediction. I'm going to make a bold prediction right now. There will be a new Harrison Wells.
there will be.
oh yeah,
It's a risky decision I'm making here.
so bold.
I'm holding out for Cowboy Harrison Wells.
Yeah, honestly,
Here's the
I
thing.
think-
Wells.
I think Harry sticks around. I think that's just what's going to happen.
Just season 2, as far as I'm concerned, the best Wells so far, still, and just reason for him not to be.
Well,
Nick.
the best Wells who's not Wellsabard, because Wellsabard is the
Right.
best.
Right.
I still think
Eobard?
Wellsabard sounds like a law firm, but
Hmm. Definitely.
you're at Wellsabard and Wellsabard.
That's something I would have verified at my last job. Yeah, definitely. Like, I could see that. Yeah.
Oh, Iris
If they-
and Barry are getting married. That's been confirmed.
Yeah. Which is whatever.
Very
Okay,
fast.
look, if it
That's
happens,
very fucking fast.
if it happens, please just let it fucking happen. Get it out of the way, so we don't have this like Let's get married. You just wanted to marry me because you don't want me to die. You're selfish. What?
God. And just don't reference it every episode after it happens.
And then
Like,
Cisco,
again.
Cisco calls him like, "You killed my brother."
God. Okay,
I actually have a question.
Okay.
Was I dreaming, or did they confirm a sequel to Duet?
I
They
haven't
did.
seen it yet.
I think
they
they
did?
did.
Why not? That shit was awesome.
Man,
Yeah, it was a good
I can't
episode.
wait.
Well, I know you
Those
can't.
I'm
Alan.
okay. Let's just now that we talked these shows back to back. The best buddy relationship between Barry and Kara is just a joy.
Yeah.
Love those two together.
Yeah, they're perfect when
They
they're
have
on the screen
impeccable
together.
chemistry together. They have more chemistry than him and Candace.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Remember her?
Yeah.
Remember her?
God. Remember Patty Spivot? That was so long ago.
You mean Zoom?
God, I wanted that to be true because it would have been so ridiculous for him to pull his mask off, and it's God. It would be so great.
genders.
I
still
sound
think
like
Patty is my favorite girlfriend who never was from
Yeah.
the show so far. Really like Patty.
That would be funny though if he was
And he
literally
did it-
fucking the enemy.
He did her dirty too. She's like, I knew the Flash. She's like, what?
yeah,
We're breaking up.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
erasing you from the timeline.
Oh,
Oh my god, that shit he would do too. Look, you can't know who I am. I'm going back in time and I'm changing the day we met. Barry drops her
God.
name one day and everybody's like, who? He's like, nothing. Move on. But yeah, season 4, we got bearded Barry. That's weird. He's apparently gets pulled in the Speed Force. They kind of imply Cisco does it, but they don't really elaborate in the trailer. Obviously, it's a trailer.
And it's a teaser too.
Yeah, but also, how long do we think it will take for Barry to come back?
He's coming back in the first episode.
I'm shooting episode 1.
let's say comeback means he's a fully awake and he's Barry, the Barry that we all
They're gonna
like.
David Doctor Who him for the Christmas special.
Did you miss me?
Right.
He's in bed the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I'd say he's Barry. He's not fully recovered for like 3 episodes, maybe.
I'm giving it 2 episodes for recovery. There's no way they're doing they're having him marry Iris in the 3rd season.
True. Again,
Like,
creepy
it's-
fucking relationship works in the comics. Doesn't
it's
work on
really weird.
screen. Doesn't
It's
work on
weird.
screen.
It's weirder when you go back and look at some jokes from season 3 where Barry's like, he has his memory wiped and he looks at Wally and goes, how do we know each other? And Wally goes, we're brothers. And then Barry looks at his skin.
And that
Argue
cringy, the cringiest smile ever made by
Holy
Keenan.
shit. That's Keenan Lonsdale's best acting moment. The fucking face he makes is the funniest thing I've ever seen out of that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
He
the
makes
meat,
this big,
especially the
giant,
gifts.
awkward smile.
The gifts going around after that were great.
Oh my god, it's the best. That's one of the best gags they've done in this show. But yeah, like just him saying like Wally acknowledging like, yeah, we're brothers, and you're gonna marry my sister, but you're also kind of my brother. It's fine because there's no blood relation. Like if you want to break it, gritty.
It's still creepy. I'm sorry.
It's weird because like he grew up with her as a sister figure, and like Joe was his father figure who will now be his father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bizarre corner they wrote themselves into.
It's very
But
weird.
the thing is, like, I wouldn't have any other way because, like, the fact that Joe raised him, kind of like the depth of Joe's character is awesome because he's such a fucking cool dude.
Yeah.
Characters in the show, and I like the fact that he refuses to give up on Barry. So
I like how he plays his a Law and Order character set in the DC universe.
he's always the one who's always like, okay, well, this is happening now.
Mhm.
Fuck.
That and he has balls of steel.
Yeah.
That man's like, I have a pistol, and just because you can hop through dimensions at will doesn't mean I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, I could shoot you. How about that?
There's a deleted scene from season 1 where he
Yeah,
walks
and
to Harrison
threatens-
Wells' cell,
Threatens him,
threatens him.
and he
He's
says,
like, if anything happens to Barry, he's like, I don't care where or when you run to, I
yeah,
will find you. Do you doubt me? And Wells just goes, no. and that's it, and they just walk away. And I'm
It
like,
is
that
so
was super
good.
fucking doable, and I'm mad they cut it out of the show.
Also,
Yeah.
the Aquaman
So,
thing.
like, it's also some like really great Tom Cavanaugh acting. Like Joe walks up and he's like, I can't remember what he says to him. He's like, he just goes, Joseph, and the most like, what's his favorite subs he's ever been in this entire series so far.
Oh,
JD's brother. Yeah, JD's brother. It's such a fucking
Dan.
weird
What's that?
line.
What's his name?
Dan.
Dan.
Yes, Dan. But yeah, season 4, it's predictable than Supergirl, but I don't know. I'm interested because they seem to they've successfully recaptured my interest after assassinating it with season 3.
Mm-hmm. They'll try to replace Leonard Snart again, most likely, because
Fucking make Mirror Master the new fucking rogue leader.
yeah,
They've already established he's super dangerous, and like without Barry, he will take over the city.
yeah, and he's fine, like he's good, like do it, like
I also like his looks. He's like, I need to wear a nice suit.
He's just a dude. Like,
Yes.
I
And
just-
also,
love
like,
that about him. He's just a dude.
I
the
love.
Weathermaster is still out there, or whatever his face is.
Weather Wizard's still out there.
Like he didn't die.
Yeah.
He's still alive.
Still a lot of strong rogues they can fall back on.
Well, they
Uh-huh.
can't do Pied Piper anymore. He's good. He's
Well,
good
Well,
now.
yeah. Nobody thinks they're gonna, but yeah,
Also, we
like
haven't seen him since season 2, so
True.
Pied Piper's
Yeah.
a good guy now.
yeah.
You
Oh, yeah.
didn't- you
Yeah, they-
didn't see-
he-
remember-
Yeah,
You're
in season
good.
2, when Barry runs back to learn how to get faster from
when he went back to
Eobard,
season 1.
in doing so, he slightly alters the timeline so then what's his name? Not Julian.
I don't remember his name
Hardly.
either.
I can't remember his name. Hartley. Yeah, Hartley.
Harley Rathaway.
He basically he never walks down that path, and like he develops this technology to help them defeat the fucking the time wraiths, and like
Right.
his relationship with his parents is reestablished. Like he's doing well. Like it's a very good turnaround for one of the side characters in the first season.
Yeah, all he did, and the funny thing is that all it took was him saying to Cisco
I'm going to do it with my parents. Yeah,
just that he knows where Ronnie is. And Cisco, what?
yeah. Ronnie's someone I'd like to see come back, but I doubt it.
Uh-huh.
Also, what is the over/under that Caitlyn will get a new boyfriend and then he will die by the end of the season?
Or become a villain.
Because Caitlyn will go full Killer Frost. That's
They
yeah.
need to stop freeing that woman.
They'll continue to go back and forth between whether or not she's a villain or a hero. That's something that will happen this
Oh,
season.
I'm done
I
with that.
guarantee
Please don't.
it.
Just like Grant Gustin, she doesn't have investing chops.
No,
She
Daniel
comes off as
Panabaker
Loki.
is like the sweetest girl in the world. And
Oh my god,
she
she was on Whose Lines Anyway? Please stop making her act like a villain.
Mhm.
was?
Yes, recently.
Really? Huh.
Yes, with like Ryan Stiles and fucking Colin and all those people. I'm like, if she's on those people, then she has comedic chops I wasn't aware of.
Huh.
Yeah.
She's also
please.
adorable.
Yes, she is.
She's very
And it's
adorable.
a shame that most of her movie roles end with her getting killed horribly in some kind of horror movie.
Sky High.
I didn't know.
Except
she
for
did
Sky High.
We're gonna watch
Yeah.
Sky High on the show.
We will.
that. Are we? Okay.
But that's not a superhero movie.
Yes, it is, Alan.
Or,
We-
no,
okay.
shit.
I meant that comic that's
Too bad.
Okay, Alan. What are the rules again? It's based off of a comic book,
yeah.
or
It's,
it's an original superhero.
So
what does
Hancock-
that
so does that
mean?
mean we're gonna
Sky
be
High
watching
counts.
Chronicle?
Yes. If
Yeah.
if you're gonna argue that Chronicle counts, then yes.
They argue against that because I think Chronicle is more of a Carrie remake. But anyway,
Yeah.
Godzilla.
But anything that's original, we could watch Meteor Man if really one of us really
No, I
wants
don't
to.
watch-
my God. Look, I just can't wait until we watch Mystery Men because I love that movie.
Yes, that's
yeah.
right.
But back to Flash. Yeah, so it's hopefully we don't get what we got last year. And I honestly
Yeah.
think I agree with Arlen. I think there was a massive creative shift halfway through the production of that season, which led them from Savitar is somebody else to what if Savitar's Barry?
Yeah.
And his face looks like Ilio's pizza.
Let's try that out.
Also, let's have every
Maybe-
other arc be
Maybe it
inconsistent.
was George Lucas who was behind it all.
Oh, maybe.
Like
I think
you
it
see
was
it
definitely.
rhyme. It's like poetry.
Looking back, I think it was definitely Ronnie at first. Like,
Possibly.
It makes more sense to be Eddie or Ronnie, who knows all those people, with the exception of maybe the new Wells and Wally, who would be angry at Barry for failing them. Instead of Barry being angry at Barry for letting Barry become Barry. You see how dumb that sounds when you say it out loud?
Even if they had done something like it's Barry mixed with another person, that would be more palatable.
Or at least a Barry from a different fucking Earth.
Right.
Yeah, like
that would have been
Barry.
That would have been. Wow, we're gonna get to that. I can't wait.
We're gonna get that.
That would have been much more tolerable.
Especially that awful scene in the finale where Savitar says, "You kill me, you become me,"
Oh God.
which doesn't make sense.
But like the problem is they've already done Evil Barry, and it was done in the form of Hunter Zolman, because the one episode where they show Hunter Zolman's childhood almost running almost parallel to Barry's, where like his mother's killed in front of him by his father. He's guilty. He doesn't get taken in by Joe or by a loving, father figure. He gets pushed through the system. He develops resentment and becomes a very nasty person. Like, it's the other end of what Barry is.
Empathy.
Yes.
Yep.
It's perfect. And
Yeah,
now that's like, and we were down on Zoom, I think, initially, because we're like, people. And then like Savitar came around, we're all like, Zoom was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, somehow he gained the ability to turn his eyes black. We still don't understand that.
Do you guys remember the line from the pilot? It's
No,
better. It's better to have a good heart than fast legs.
That's true. Very true. Yeah.
But I think we can move into Arrow. I don't have anything else to say unless anybody else does.
I think they.
Back?
Oh yeah, he's coming back, and he's definitely Joseph Slade. I'm still holding on to that.
Yeah, let's dive into the Arrow talk. Okay, here it is. First big prediction: one of two people die in the opener.
I guarantee one of them will be the mother.
Oh, that was my first prediction.
Yeah,
They're gonna fucking fridge her so fucking hard it's not even funny.
Yeah, that's that mama.
Because the fucking trailer.
The second person in the chopping block is Thea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Because they have fuck all to do with that character. She also disappears for episodes at a time and comes back. You're like, where has she been?
If you consider the episode where they cleaned house with characters that had sort of just been staying around for a while.
They kill off Captain Boomerang for no reason.
They kill off the villain of season 1 who they brought.
I still say no body, no corpse, but like it's really hard to explain that away.
Mm-hmm.
He can come back through time travel shenanigans and magic, but like as of now, he is dead.
Mm-hmm.
That was a landmine.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Was here pre or post Legends of Tomorrow season 2?
See, that's a good question. I have to assume it's both, because the Legends team brings them all back to a time that
and wipes their memory of the whole thing.
So, like, while he was definitely off with Eobard, like, running around, I'm not going to call him time remnants, because time remnants seem to be a thing that only speedsters can come up with, but, like, as long as you put him back in line. Yes, but, again, I think that's a Speed Force thing. As long as they put him back at the point of origin, I think everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, like, Eobard's, like, yells at Barry in the opening of Season 3. He's like, why you run around changing history, blah, blah, blah. And then Eobard's like, I'm going to run around changing history. Ha!
Yeah.
Well, he had at least had
also that scene
he
where...
He did have something run. He did have, like, he mentioned, there's going to be consequences for what I'm doing. If we don't move, it's going to catch up to me right about now.
No, he was able to catch up to it. Barry couldn't, what's the word? Barry could not manipulate the consequences as the...
Also, I think Eobard has been running around the Speed Force so long at that point in his life, he knows exactly where and when to pop in and out and not cause any ripples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, Malcolm's definitely dead. Captain Boomerang's dead. Artemis, still alive.
Somehow.
They locked her up in a cage.
How did she make it out of Season 5?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think they just didn't want to kill a kid on screen, even though they did that earlier.
They're going to do it to Thea.
Well, yeah, but like, I think but they're gonna clean house with any character whose story is basically over. I think so. Like, even John is on the table as far as characters who could die.
I don't want Thea to die because I feel like really offing members of the Queen family is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Especially when this show cannot stop killing women.
No.
True.
How many fucking canary? What's the over under the new Black Canary dies?
No, because people like her.
Thank God.
And also, it'd be really pointless if they went through all that shit last season with Quentin naming her, giving her the title.
You really think this show is pointless to a character? What was the point of killing off Sarah? She's back, I know, only to bring in Laurel. There we go. I wanted to call her Diana. Only to bring in Laurel, only for her then to die.
Only because initially fans got angry that she wasn't the Black Canary, and then when they got what they asked for, everybody else hated it. That's what happened.
And I've become playing Injustice 2. I've kind of become this newfound Black Canary fan. I think she's fucking awesome. And knowing more about her, she can probably fight Batman one-on-one and probably kick his ass. She was trained by Wildcat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's trained by one of the best fucking fighters in the world. And, then in the TV show, we had her doing Taibo.
Well,
right.
In season 3, she was trained by
Billy Blank.
Correct. Yeah.
Like Ted Grant.
But he's like a boxer.
It's not like world-renowned superhero fucking martial artist who's I could totally fucking take Batman in a fight and not break a sweat.
In Golden Age Wildcat to pre-New 52 or pre-Flashpoint Wildcat was a boxer.
Correct. Okay. But he's also a fighter.
But
that's also but again, Black Canary, as far as I know her, right now, in the modern age, which is the last few years and a few years before that, is an adept fighter with a superpower who is not this just kind of pathetic, annoying, excuse they call Black Canary. The Black Canary I know is fucking, her and Oliver Queen are inseparable in my mind.
They're sassy as
They
fuck.
need to be together. They're awesome together. Their scenes in Injustice 2 are great. I love them in the Injustice 2 comic.
They're sass.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking in love with each other, and they love the fact that they're in love with each other, and they express it, and it's great. And then Laurel is this really it's the fucking CW woman problem. They write women as just irritable and kind of catty.
Not Dinah.
Well, no, Dinah's the first one to show up, I think, in an hour and a while, who's fuck everything. I don't need anybody else.
Yeah.
Sarah has come into her own because Sarah's the captain of a fucking team.
Yeah.
Sarah is what they should be building up every other female in this show to fucking aspire to be. She's awesome.
Yeah. All characters should kind of be like her. Be like what's her name? What's her name? Legend Season 2, she was the Vixen. They should be like Vixen.
Yes.
That's the way to be. But they have to force these goddamn romantic subplots in that don't work.
But here's the thing. Vixen and Citizen Steel, love those two together.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Only because what's-his-face, I can't remember his actual character's name outside Citizen Steel.
Nate Haywood.
Nate fit into that team. He's been there from the beginning.
Yep.
Him and Ryan Routh have astounding chemistry, but that's not. We'll talk about that.
Their bromance it's legendary.
Yeah. Arrow is going to be, I think, interesting going forward. Coming off this season, Prometheus was
So
easily,
good.
without question, the
best.
scariest, most relatable, threatening villain they have had, and it's especially as soon as they took off the paper bag off his head and stopped having him run around like one of those just generic villains.
I was
who pass
watching
bow and arrow.
I was watching the our scene from season 5 from last season. It was with Adrian, Quinn, and Renee.
Mm. Right after they realize that he's the bad guy?
No, it's them that they all three of them know, or they both know all three of them know everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's like this reveal episode, and then they all get to know that.
But, and then they have to basically go back to their day lives where they all work in the same building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was basically that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that was super interesting because it becomes like a psychological thriller. Like
he's making puns, and he's just messing with them, and it's God.
no,
I
and
don't.
it's so refreshing for one of these shows to have a villain who is conceivably and visibly ahead of everybody else, and completely unafraid to cross any lines.
Right.
Prometheus is like, he's kind of like Green Arrow's Moriarty in a sense, like
Yeah.
That's a very good comparison.
because he's just some dude who's on he's on Oliver's level and he's also ahead of him. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's his physical and intellectual equal and sometimes superior.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like he can outthink Oliver, he can potentially outfight him, and in the end, he won.
Yeah.
He doesn't achieve everything he set to do, but he achieves pretty much all of it.
He achieves his ultimate goals.
Yeah, I mean, episodes before that, he fucking broke Oliver down. He fucking ripped tattoos off him and sent him back to his home base, fucking pathetic and beaten.
Yeah. I got real there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I like it.
Wouldn't have happened if he had a gun. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. You stop that.
Well, Prometheus had a gun. The problem is he used it himself.
Oh.
Yo.
Snap.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, it's probably a guarantee that Vigilante. Manu Bennett has basically all but been confirmed for the whole season.
yeah.
I'm sure he'll come in and out, though. I'm sure he won't be in every episode, but it seems like his presence is very
I
large.
thought
Which means Chronicles of Shannara's days are numbered. Sorry, MTV.
It's still on?
it switched networks. It's still
Oh
live.
shit!
I thought
I didn't
he was
know
in
that.
the Chicago PD verse.
Oh, probably. Well, the Chicago PD verse is just the Law and Order verse.
Oh boy.
Bum, 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 bum.
So I'm sure we'll get resolution on Vigilante, or unless they drop him entirely, which would be hilarious.
that would be the best thing.
That would be fucking hilarious. Someone's like,
Or they pick
"What
him
about
up in the
Vigilante?"
next
Someone
season.
goes, "Who?" And then like everybody.
Yeah. I do hope Vigilante comes back. Just
hope
for.
I want Vigilante to like make a reference to Punisher somehow.
hmm
Where you'll see him with like duct tape or something, like trying to wrap Oliver's hands together or something, or something stupid like
He just
that.
has the same rooftop talk with Oliver chained to a fucking chimney.
Except he doesn't say a word.
There's just no shame in how much a ripoff it is. And then when they're done, Vigilante hops in his skis and he fucking runs away.
I would love if he just skied everywhere.
God, that'd be the
You're
best.
joking about that, but I swear to God, I saw a variant cover of a Vigilante comic where he was riding ski. He was
Oh,
like,
I'm pretty sure I did too. He looks dumb as shit.
yeah.
I mean, and they improved the look in the show, but even in the show, he looks dumb as shit. And it sucks because I love Deathstroke in this series, but like the longer you're exposed to his costume, you're like, man, that looks cheap.
Yeah.
Kind of he looks like he's Deathstroke a little bit.
But like it's saved by how fucking brutish. Like it's weird to see a Deathstroke who's like not tall and like lean and quick. Like this Deathstroke is this like kind of bulky dude who is fucking strong as fuck.
Oh yeah, no.
Like
Deathstroke.
it's weird to see Deathstroke as a thick.
hmm
2 C's.
Yeah, exactly. Manu Bennett's not a small guy, it seems. I don't think he's that tall, but he's like kind of like Kane Hodder, where Kane Hodder is not. Well, no, Kane Hodder's like 6 feet, but Kane Hodder, like his shoulders are so fucking broad that he looks like he could just kill everybody in the room, and that's kind of what Manu Bennett does with Deathstroke, especially in that suit. He looks massive in that suit,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for that big and in that much fucking gear, he can move.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm sure it's not Manu Bennett in the suit when they're doing action sequences.
His stuntman is pretty good too. So that's yeah.
But yeah, I for the first time in forever, I am excited for Arrow season. The next Arrow
Yeah,
season.
I'm excited too. If they let me down again, I'm not coming back. That's
yeah,
what
and
I'll say.
I think the added layer of like last season was like, can he balance his life as a and as a public figure now? Now it's like, can I balance my life as a vigilante as a public figure who also now has a son who is in my life? Like, can I do this?
Yeah.
A son
That'll be
who's not just in his
interesting.
life. There's no secrets between him and his son. His son knows everything now.
Yeah.
There's no
His son is Connor Hawk, right? Or is it not in the show?
No.
not. I'm thinking the show now.
Not in the show.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darn.
Maybe
He
they
was-
change his name.
He was in the Legends of Tomorrow episode, though,
No,
was he
no,
not?
That was John Diggle Jr.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
JDG or JDJ.
God, that was a good episode of Legends. I fucking forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was like, the Dark Knight Returns, Ollie. This is fantastic.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Legends, we should move on to that.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah.
This is the
So,
show that
I have
of
a-
all
I
of
have
them,
a
it's the
small-
most unpredictable because the setup is like you can go anywhere with this.
Yeah. Evil Rip is coming back. I'm just saying that right now. It's
Yeah,
gonna
Hunter,
happen.
Hunter, what you gonna say?
I have a small nitpick about this season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
It's the villain choice is Isis, which is Black Adam's wife, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wife is kind of loose terms. Black
This is the
Adam.
thing. I was
That's-
confused.
yeah,
the villain or not?
That's I don't know.
I don't
Well,
think she is,
well-
though.
Because my problem is that they very specifically tell us that we're not doing DCEU stuff. But
they say that and then they bring it in, so they're full of shit.
yeah,
Mhm.
so I guess my main problem is you can do this, but you can't bring in like Shazam or like
I
any
think-
other
I think that's-
I think they can and they will because I don't think this fucking Black Adam movie is ever fucking happening.
Well,
Also, Arlen, do you want to talk about the EU status right now?
we can
not-
talk about that after this. We can talk
Well,
about
we're-
that at the end of
We
this.
still have the crossover to talk about too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I say we
But-
save the DCU for another episode.
Let's
or this
let's
will be a
save that for
episode.
next week. Let's
Yeah.
skip this out of the way.
Here's a case of like the reason they did Vixen is because somewhere in the halls of Warner Brothers they're doing an Animal Man somewhere. They're working on something Animal Man related. Like
I mean,
he's
here's
part
a,
of
here's a
JLD.
here's a quick statement on the status of the DC and its affecting these TV shows. Who fucking knows? Because the news that is coming out in the last few months is the most confusing, perplexing, and just bewildering stuff I've ever heard.
That's true. It's very hard to pin
That's
down. 'cause
where you leave it because it's like that's what I mean. These shows can and may even do what the fuck ever. They may bring a Batman in. They may bring a Wonder Woman in. Like they've
Yeah.
already brought in Superman. You've started at the top. Why not bring in other people? If they suddenly drop Black Adam on us in the middle of a Legends Tomorrow season, I would freak the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is a really cool and powerful villain to bring in for a team of people who have various abilities to contend with.
But here,
Eh,
that's where part of my problem with ISIS comes in because where do you go with that? Like, I don't see. Like, I see that they can time in like ancient Egypt and stuff like that, but like, where do you go? Because literally the next person next to ISIS would be as strong as Superman. Like,
yeah.
the scale is just confusing to me. I just don't.
I'm
understand.
still confused. Again, I'm still confused as to whether or not she's a villain. My understanding is that she's replacing Vixen in
Oh,
this season.
Okay, so she's replacing Vixen. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
What I heard was what if
Well, did you hear this, or did you read this in a story? Because I read
I'm
news
basing
story
this off
announcing
the
this.
trailer.
Okay, I didn't. Here's the thing. I didn't know there was a Legends trailer.
From
Here's the
Comic-Con.
thing. More often than not, characters may start off as a villain and then end up becoming a hero. And so
Yeah, Dr. Alchemy.
that
Yeah.
happens all the time. Again, I haven't seen the trailer because again, I didn't realize that there was a Legends trailer on, or at least I didn't watch it.
It's quick. It's brief. It's probably all first episode stuff. Billy Zane is in it.
Yeah.
That's
Die,
what I remember
clown!
hearing. That's gonna happen. Billy Zane, playing the same role as Hugh Jackman. So that'll be interesting.
What the fuck?
Probably not as good as him.
What the fuck?
Wait, I'm
Um,
confused. What do you mean?
So
He's playing P.T.
Hugh
Barnum.
Jackman has a movie coming out later this year called The Greatest Showman. Great Showman? I
Okay.
want to say
The greatest.
it's a
Shop.
musical, but he's
Aw.
playing P.T. Barnum, and so
What?
is Billy Zane.
That's
So-
really interesting.
Yeah, but Yeah.
I feel like Billy Zane is. It's not that he's huge, but everybody fucking loves Billy Zane, and I'm sure he's going to stick around.
Yeah. So since we're talking about this episode in particular, how many Phantom references will there be?
There'll be
God.
at least one.
There will be, and I will love it. He'll say something along the lines of like, "What do you think I was going to show up in purple spandex?
Yeah.
That hugs every contour of my body."
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I really hope Jonah Hex, honestly.
Oh, that's a given.
Here's the thing: he could actually show up in that episode as like an older Jonah Hex. Like,
Also, at this point, just put him on the team. Just put him in the Legends team.
That'd be
I
so
agree.
fucking cool.
What do you mean? There's always a use for an undead cowboy.
yeah,
And it'd be great to have because Jonah Hex can't really die, can he? Because isn't he already dead?
No,
Or is he
Well-
cursed? I'm not familiar with Jonah Hex outside of like the
died
fucking.
once, and he
I'm
can't.
pretty sure he's just a dude, though. That's my
Yeah,
understanding.
he's just a cowboy.
It's slightly implied.
He's the Punisher, but as a cowboy.
Because
Yeah.
Turnbull kills him and his family, I thought.
But he came back from the dead, but it's not like the Crow or anything where
Oh.
it's like
He's
it's one
he's
time.
impervious
He
to death.
survived the attack. Is basically what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard versions where it is something like supernatural that brought him back initially.
Yeah, like in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Hunter,
I
I think
can't wait to talk about that movie.
Hunter, I think you'd enjoy the 80s Jonah Hex run where he's in the future.
Oh yeah, where they send him to yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That
Yeah.
sounds
I've
super
seen
stupid.
panels. It's fucking stupid. I love it.
Real quick, in that
No,
Jonah
it's
Hex
just
movie.
it's just like the only reason I mentioned it is because it's very up Hunter's alley.
That's right. I love stupid bullshit.
Real quick, in that Jonah Hex movie, the reason it is the way it is because apparently, like, there was a whole other movie shot, and someone came in and said, like, no. So then they did all these reshoots, and then basically just stitched together these two films that existed side by side, and the entire dream sequence where he's fighting Turnbull, like, where everything's red and shit, where he's just beating the crap out of John, just pops in and out during the film, that was the climax of the original film.
What?
And they just cut it up and strung it throughout the movie as this thought that Jonah Hex has.
We need to watch that movie.
That's
I know,
so
it's
weird.
fascinating. Anyway, Legends. I honestly think after the crossover, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes, I think Wally is joining the team.
What
Maybe.
What about the new bureaucracy that Rip formed?
Oh, this is interesting. So instead of the not Time Lords, that's Doctor Who.
Time Masters.
There it is. It's back. Doctor Who references. Yeah, Rip sets up a new Time Masters corporation. I don't know what they are.
Deals in time.
Yeah, their currency is time. He sets up some new kind of bureaucratic nonsense, and apparently he's an antagonist, but not a villain.
He's not an antagonist.
It's strange because like he was like, all right, don't fuck the timeline. He's like, okay, fuck with the timeline, and now he's like, you shouldn't have fucked with the timeline.
The fuck? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do exactly what I told you to do?
Okay, I just looked it up just real quick. Zara Adriana, which I assume is Isis, that character is joining the crew. So, just wondering.
Okay, then we don't know who the villain is.
Yeah, I assume that it is connected to her because usually when they do add a new person, they're connected to the villain in
Yes.
some minor way.
Just please don't Vandal Savage us.
Yeah.
As much as I would love for every third episode to feature Hawkman getting stabbed.
Yeah. Although Damien
Which is
Dark
still
is coming
really
back
funny.
in some way.
You know what? Good.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Damien,
He redeemed
he
himself.
was redeemed. Yeah, he was redeemed by Legend Season 2. Like, it made him a more interesting character, and I'm
Yeah,
sure
and there's a moment from season 2 that I went back and rewatched, and it's hysterical. After they get the spear from Eobard and like take him down, him and Nate go to high five, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're enemies."
Yeah, it's a great scene.
It's fantastic. Also, what's his face? This actor's name? I can't remember his goddamn name. All the time.
Oh. Who?
I am bad with actors' names tonight.
Who did he play? Just tell me that.
I'm talking about Damien Dark.
Oh,
Oh,
McDonough.
Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough. He is,
Ah!
after seeing Ravenous a few years ago, he is a fucking treasure. And I don't care where you put him. I'll go back and watch that Street Fighter movie he was in. I don't care. He's hilarious in that. He's a Scottish M. Bison who wants to be a real estate villain who sacrifices his fucking sister or some shit in a cave. It's completely insane. And then he gets impaled on some bamboo. It's great.
The movie's fucking stupid.
Yeah, he has a single scene in Ravenous that will make even the most hardcore of doubters be like, he is fantastic.
And his death is so brutal.
Yes, it is. He tumbles off a cliff for like 8 minutes.
He takes a tumble off the cliff.
Took a little tumble off a cliff. So he's coming back. So I mean, is he going to be the villain or a villain?
I think he's just a villain, but still, it's pretty
That's
great
fine
that
because he's
back.
technically immortal, and they have all these like he's been alive for how long?
Very long.
Yeah, very long time.
Chance to run into him. The other thing about this season is that like they basically like, oh, we broke time. I'm like, okay, but and this is where having all these shows connected, it doesn't make any sense because like, did you break all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's gonna happen? Shows nothing obviously because Flashpoint didn't do a goddamn thing for anybody else, but
Well, Arrow did something too.
Diggle. Instead of having a son, you had a daughter.
Right.
And
Because
he's like, no, or he barely reacted.
No, Marty.
I can't trust Barry. I can't trust you.
I
Yeah.
trust you, Barry.
haven't brought this up, but he was really mad at that.
Yeah, he really was.
I don't understand.
Like it really was like, oh no, Barry, I can't. I get the
It's
same
weird to
side
have
as
like
you.
it's like I'm mad about something I never actually lived
Uh-huh.
because like it's gone, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
That's also why like Cisco's fucking temper tantrum that lasted a quarter of the season was so frustrating. I'm like, dude, you're
Petty
referencing
Cisco.
events that Barry didn't live. He was technically, in the Flashpoint universe. Yeah, Petty Cisco, I'm glad is gone. And we better not have any more petty characters across any.
That's stupid.
That's stupid, HR. You're dumb.
God.
I'm excited. I fucking love Legends Season 2, so bring it
Yeah.
on. Like, what most improved easily of all these shows was Legends. Next to Arrow.
Yeah.
Him and that and Arrow are kind of neck and neck.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm excited, I guess. I hope that they do something similar. And I do hope that whatever the villain is, they do a good job. Because they really did set the bar pretty high for themselves last season. So yeah.
Yeah, Reverse Flash, me being totally biased towards him aside, is a really high bar to set.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of how fucking, like, efficient and evil he was.
Yeah.
Like, he does exactly what he sets out to do.
Yeah.
He's like, I won. And now I'm rich. And I'm going to have dinner with the president.
I love that GIF that you shared. Or no, I think...
The image where he's like, give me the spear, and Snart just goes, board
No,
now.
it's not just that. It's I'm trying to protect you from them and something with spear and what does Snart say? Boring and just
Board
shoot-
now.
Yeah, and just shoots them.
That's
that-
Reverse Flash just sailing through the air with a cold beam on his back. It's hysterical. His limbs are just fucking everywhere. Like, the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme should just play right after that. I don't have anything to say about Legends anymore. I'm going to segue over to the crossover, which is kind of the big thing to talk about coming up. Because it's coming up soon.
Yeah.
They're not saving this for mid-season. This is like early season shit.
Yeah.
And it sounds awesome.
Yeah, they're fighting.
Yeah.
They're going to go fight fucking Nazis. Well, how relevant. Second of all, didn't think like these shows get dark. They don't go Nazis took over the world dark.
Yeah, that's...
And like they're going to have like SS versions of Green Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl.
The
Right.
fucking SS Green Arrow costume on that poster is the coolest shit ever.
Everybody on that poster looks cool as fuck. That poster is so cool. And it looks like either the SS Flash looks based. I'm like, that's Reverse Flash. That's except he's like a fucking breathing apparatus. But like it's like what are the implications? Like, did Barry die and just Eobard reign supreme?
Is it okay? Here's the thing I'm most excited about the crossover is just seeing Heatwave react to this.
Oh my god, that's what I was about to get to. Like him already saying like I hate Nazis, and then just being pushed into a world where there's nothing but is going to be so good.
I just love you so much. I just want to like to push his buttons all the time just to see how he reacts.
I hate the radio. I hate the 80s.
Who the hell is writing this anyway?
Yeah. Oh god, that intro is so good. It just growls the whole time. We're not heroes, we're legends.
Who the hell writes this crap?
No, this crossover sounds like it's going to be huge, and it seems like they're bringing in, like they're not being selective, they're bringing in everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Except Superman.
Well, we don't know.
Well, yeah. Also, they don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Supergirl there, it's fine. Also, with a crisis like this, and usually crises in DC are used to retcon things, what do you think are for that?
I don't.
Do you think that this crisis brings Supergirl onto Earth 1?
No.
I doubt it.
No.
They're sticking hard to their guns on that.
I think... I don't know. I think they'll maybe open up possibilities of that in some way. I don't know. I don't know how you end that episode with anything other than them running away. Like, I don't think you just fix a whole world of Nazis, even if you could.
Even in Wolfenstein, like, you couldn't beat them in one game.
Yeah. Like, you kind of have to end it with me, like, they help win a victory for whatever the resistance is in that world, and
it completely shifts the tide towards a more hopeful outcome.
Right, and then
because you do have a hero from that world join their team with the Ray,
yeah,
who is someone like I have no idea who this is.
Character apparently, and then
he's not a new character.
My understanding was he's a new character.
He's an older and I think mostly untouched DC character.
Yeah, he's currently in the Justice League of America book by Steve Orlando.
Okay. But yeah,
he's very obscure.
Interesting. I could see though this crossover ends and they've helped win some victory, and then the next crossover happens and it's this Nazi version of them. One of them has come and like captured somebody or something, maybe Nazi Supergirl somehow, and the rest of them have been defeated, and she is still causing problems because with Superman and Kryptonian rules, anything is possible because comics.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
Right, like you could just any explanation.
You know what?
This
That
Nazi
would be-
Supergirl punched a hole in the universe.
Oh god, the continuity punch. That's actually an interesting prospect. Is like we don't know if Superman's gonna be in this crossover. Well, what if he's on the other side? What if they do Red?
That would be
In a way, anyway. Not instead of being a communist Superman, he's a Nazi Superman,
yeah, he's a fascist,
which is a fucking horrifying prospect, by the way.
yeah. It's terrifying.
It's kind of worse than Injustice Superman.
Well,
Somehow.
not much.
not by a whole lot. Injustice Superman's like death. Anybody?
Yeah.
He was really excited to start killing people. Like, very.
Yeah, he's 200 civilians worshiping the joke that can't stand. Time to burn them all. No, I mean last year's crossover was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Last year's crossover, my favorite point of all 4 shows.
Yeah, those
Mostly because like they again they didn't hold back everybody in. Well, except for the Supergirl episode, that was a bit of
Yeah.
They
Maybe
have
this
also,
time
they have
they'll
also,
do
no,
a
they,
fourth
they have
crossover.
They have announced it will be all 4 episodes. They said
Oh,
it won't
good.
happen like last year with Supergirl, where it was like the last minute and a half of that
Well,
episode.
it was like weird little scenes that were like something sparking up or like a portal randomly showing up and then nothing, and we were like, oh, okay, I guess nothing's happening in this episode.
Yeah.
We'll go back to whatever weird storyline this is.
But also last year, like going into that episode, you're like sitting there, you're like, when's it gonna happen? When's it? And you're like, and then like the end of it pops up, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a letdown.
And
The-
I think it's gonna be interesting because just to, granted, the Arrow 100th episode was fantastic, but they don't have to do that this year. So I think it leaves the door open to do like just more stuff.
Mm,
It won't be pigeonholed into like one creative direction for a whole episode.
it'll be interesting.
Especially because by the end of it, it wasn't anybody's show. It was free for all.
Yeah.
Everybody's
And
doing everything.
And again, like this is what they did last year, but they're basically making a movie.
That I can't remember who. I think it was either Brandon Routh, the guy who plays Nate, says like, no, it is like a 4-hour film.
Yeah, and like
Nate is played by Nick Zano.
Okay. And this will definitely end with a big like, Civil War airport-esque 2 lines of superpowered beings running headlong at each other, and I can't wait.
Hell
yeah.
Also,
Because unlike like the Dominators are like, yeah, you're an alien threat, but like individually you're kind of putzes,
Yeah.
and individually all these villains are going to be scary and dangerous.
Yeah.
going back,
they're all like fucking superpowered freaks. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
we've seen what happens when an evil Flash shows up, or an evil speedster with any competency shows up. I mean,
Yeah.
they basically rule the board if they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they run inside Star Labs and go, "You fucked up. Barry's dead," and then he runs away.
Or they just go back in time and bring an army of themselves. And
Oh my god, I love bringing that up because friends of mine are like, "Yeah, it's cool," but then he sits there and inefficiently wastes time gloating and allows Sarah to basically just win through.
True.
I'm like, yeah, he has an army of himself, and he could have just like literally had them all run towards him at once and just turn them into just red mist.
Yeah.
nah,
Could have savagely beaten those people, and he just doesn't.
He had a little bit on.
He had to fucking grandstand. He was like, look at this, look how cool I am. Look at all of these me's.
You gotta
Mhm.
flex on the haters. That's all I'm saying.
It is fantastic, though. I love that moment to death. Fucking the delivery of these guys.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't know, if, again, that Flash suit for the other Earth it's fucking Thawne's suit. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
So unless Barry, like, goes so far in the opposite direction that he just becomes
What if
reverse
he
Flash.
kills Thawne and wears his suit?
That's
Maybe
something
in
else I
this-
thought of.
Maybe in this universe he was raised by Thawne.
Or like I said, it is Thawne, which would be a great way to bring Matt Letcher back for a quickie.
Yeah.
And he killed Barry and, was like, well, why wouldn't I join the winning side?
Why wouldn't I be a Nazi?
Yeah.
That's a real question that I bet Eobard has had to ask himself.
Nazis or no Nazi?
something I wanted to go back to was season 3 and Supergirl season, and the whole Trump stuff with Supergirl season 2.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that who's the actress Isis?
Oh, I can't remember her name actually, but I know what you're talking about.
It's the reason that they're doing that is, or it's it's basically to raising the finger at Trump.
Yeah, they're doing an immigration storyline, and that's the thing they do like about Supergirl and Legends is they kind of took a Star Trek-y approach to things. Like
Yes, they went places that you don't expect these shows to go to, especially like Jackson's episode with the slaves was shockingly
yeah,
powerful. Is this the word?
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
And, like-
they don't confront these characters with real first world problems, I guess is the phrase I would use. I
yeah,
wouldn't say first world problems, like third world problems, like shit that nobody in the modern world has to contend with. And then you add the idea that like he is a black man looking at one of his ancestors being treated like cattle.
right.
Like he's confronting this horrific section of American history full on. It like disgusts him palpably.
And the character and this is what was interesting, this is what still makes it great, the character that's telling him to just suck it up and be okay with it, and be like, it's in the past, don't worry about it, is Vixen. She's the character who's telling him to just move on and not worry about it. And it's just so much more interesting that that's the kid they had do that. Yeah, but there's so many other episodes like that where they were really like, it felt like they were going for something in a lot of these episodes, and I do hope that they continue that in all of the shows. Episodes of Arrow last season was a standalone, and it's the shadow of a gun, and it's about a guy who walks into the mayor's office, and unloads on everybody, and it's a really dark episode, and it's
That would be really fucking on. That would hit too close to home if it aired right now.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that all this week. That episode that episode nailed so many things. In terms of the way that people react to it and the way that politicians react to it. So, and I hope that they can do that in all of the shows. The reason The Flash can't do that with something.
I mean, they already kind of did with the Magenta, kind of, like a little bit.
Kind of, but they messed it up so badly.
Fucking botched the land.
And the ending of the episode we all hate, the monster episode, kind of done like
Bullying.
the kid was bullied, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
But it's so quick, and like the rest of the episode is so fucking forgettable that you kind of just you blink right over it.
the problem with bullying is it's so easy for bullying to be silly.
Yeah.
And that episode treated bullying like it was a throwaway thing.
Like
Like,
I'm bullied, so here's Godzilla.
Like the
I'm
episode
bullied.
that they did that wasn't about
Monster.
bullying. Yeah, with what's his face, the Steel guy or whatever, who's
Oh,
The bully who comes back.
yeah. That episode was a better episode about bullying, and that wasn't the
Well,
intention.
'cause that's satisfying because you're seeing this you're ultimately seeing this kind of like scummy human being get his ass kicked.
Mhm. And the scenes earlier on when you're seeing Youngberry, they really don't hold back on the bullying there.
And then he becomes a zombie.
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
zombie girder.
What?
Like that.
I like
there's
how- I
stuff
like how
in
that's
season
not the
two
first,
that's
like-
real cringy.
It's not the first time that this fucking network has used zombies in these shows, and it's certainly
Oh,
not the
no.
best.
I think it's really weird what they go to when they have no idea what to do. Like they just go to the most like bottom shelf ideas that have been sitting there for years. Like it's almost like they use unaired episodes of Charmed or unused episode of Buffy, and they just they just change the completely, but it's the
I'll-
same
I'll-
script.
I'll tell you one thing: none of those concepts will ever be as bad as Red Tornado. Red
Here's
Tornado
the
looked like a fucking Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. It looks so stupid.
Here's the thing with CBS and how low my expectations. I was actually impressed by him.
Oh my god, I was laughing the whole episode.
Yeah, because
But-
Tio Moro and they didn't do CGI for Red Tornado. They had the actor playing
He looked like a tomato.
because
Yeah.
they had the actor playing Tio Moro
Like
both Red
was bad.
Tornado and his creator.
Yeah, it was fine. That I get that. That's a
Supergirl
great
has, I think,
idea.
the most egregious charges against him. That looks cheap and bad.
Livewire.
Yeah.
Livewire, just yeah.
God.
Well, yeah. Again, growing pains and all that,
Yeah.
and
That
that CBS season is like.
back to the crossover.
Holy shit! I'm looking at a picture of Red Tornado right now. What the fuck were they thinking?
It's so fucking seeing it in motion is even worse.
He looks like what he looks like. He looks like a high school play kind of like.
He does. He looks like someone who's dressed as a tree.
And here's the thing: it's almost initially they talked like it was going to be a big part of the show. So I remember watching it being like,
Yikes.
at the end of the episode, being like,
Cue
okay,
Wally
he's
face.
dead. He's dead. Oh, okay. Well, that changes things. And I think what happened is people reacted the same way Connor is reacting, like he looked dumb, and nobody wanted to see it anymore.
He looked bad.
he looked
I just have to say about there's just something I have to say. I was reading. I finally got around to reading Dark Knight's Metal issue 1.
Mm.
That's my shit when I saw Red Tornado, and when his dialogue stuff happened, you can see where I'm going. Connor knows where I'm going.
All I could read when he was speaking was because magic, you fucked.
Yeah, that
That is all I could think of. Young Justice Abridged ruined me in that department.
yeah.
Because I can't look at Red Tornado now without laughing, not just because of Supergirl thing, because Young Justice turned him into a comedic powerhouse.
Please go away.
For anyone who has not watched Young Justice Abridged, find it on YouTube and start watching it. It's rough in the beginning, just like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and then finds its footing so hard. It's a good channel. They do good content. Anyway, I'm excited for the crossover. Very much so.
I'm always excited for the crossover because I feel like they always bring their A game for the crossover.
They do, and I like last year. I like where it left everybody. I like that Oliver was the voice of reason. Like,
yeah.
It's really when he tells Barry, he's like Barry, I don't know what any of this shit means, but let me tell you what I know about you.
Like, it's really weird how they brought Oliver, who is generally a dude who just like shooting people in the legs with arrows, and made him into this like.
Well, and initially he's kind of a jerk. He's like, "You're an alien, don't trust you," to Supergirl, and then he comes around and apologizes well before the crossover's over too. Because he willingly fights by her side, but also like just with him and Barry, like he's Barry. He's like, listen to me, and just like breaks down this crisis Barry is having. He's like, dude, it doesn't matter. He's like, it's gone. He's like, whatever that timeline is you're talking about, it doesn't exist anymore.
And he mentions
he's like focus on the fucking now.
He also brings what happened to his father in the pot that he never told a single person.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I love that episode. I think it's that episode. It ends with them like drinking at a bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just such like a great moment of like it's just two friends have like great.
It's one of the things I love about this network is that when you get natural levity with his characters, it's always great. It like what's it called? I went back and rewatched when damn it, Barry's dad comes back from prison. And it's just this like super upbeat montage of everybody eating and drinking and have a great time. Like this is truly heartwarming.
The 9 episodes later.
It's because it's an earned victory. Yeah.
9, yeah.
And then Zoom hands to the chest. Because the writers really like having awful things happen to Barry.
Yeah.
They're like, he's got to become like Oliver. No, the whole point is that he doesn't stop doing this.
Yeah.
It's also like I like the idea of having Jay Garrick be the doppelganger to his father, but at the same time, it's like why fucking kill off his dad to begin with?
Just it doesn't really make sense.
Not like he was on the show every episode anyway.
Also, there's a reason why they didn't, or that they killed Henry Allen in season 2,
so that they could put him back.
No, because the way he goes out in the comics or in Rebirth is just garbage.
Okay, I guess.
You just see on a page in the convicted Dr. Henry Allen, convicted killer, dies in jail. It's just a little note that is barely.
I missed that. That sucks.
It's barely legible.
I thought you were talking about Jay. I was like, Jay had a fantastic return in the button, but it's quick. I'm sure we'll see him again soon. But I don't know. I like him on the show. I've heard he's difficult to work with, but I hope that he's not too cold when they get rid of him because I honestly think he's a fantastic addition to the show. And him coming in and being like a father figure who is also a speedster to Barry is very good. I wonder if they use him for the crossover.
I mean, maybe that'd be great.
Because if you're bringing Supergirl from a different Earth, why wouldn't you bring in Jay and Jesse?
Yeah, if he's available.
And why not the Accelerate Man? Fuck it. Let's get some payoff on that fucking appearance.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Maybe you just do like a minute of him like, we're leaving. Can you take care of it for us while we're gone? Something
yes,
like that.
Accelerated Man. He just like fucking salutes, and that's the only time you see him.
Yeah.
They come back and they're like, "How's it been?" He's like, "It's been hard, but I did it."
It's been hard, but I have triumphed.
Okay.
No, I'm generally excited for everything going forward.
Yeah.
I like these shows. I think these shows are fine. We've all, except for apparently Alan, railed against season flat, but things can change.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Arrow rebounded.
Yeah, it did, and so there's no reason to say that the other shows can't rebound. Also,
Exactly.
And maybe Berlanti's going to be more hands-on this season. It sounds.
Well, it's also I think like Jeff Johns is still very hands-on, isn't he?
No.
My
That's right.
understanding
He's been
more
promoted to the movie stuff. And that's the show, everybody. Hey, I'm Connor McGraw. You can follow me on Twitter at Wesker Commander. Still don't tweet, but if you follow me, I might reconsider. Just look out for the movie dumpster. We're still recording stuff. Probably going to release them all at once. Shadow Zone, I'm hoping to launch it by Halloween. That's the plan. Hey!
You can follow me on Twitter at AAHaro. Get all my weird thoughts and stuff. Go to lostharo.wordpress.com for all your news and stuff and podcasts. There may or may not potentially be a new podcast launching very soon, along with a sort of a relaunching of the site in the very near future. So look forward to that. Also, phantomzone.wordpress.com. Share the links on there. YouTube, whatever your preferred podcasting thing is, or if you know what your friends use, if you know they all use iTunes, give them the iTunes link. But just share this with your friends. Tell people that you know would be into this that they should listen. That's how these things spread. You tell them that you like it, and then they listen to it. So yeah, do that, please.
You can follow me on Twitter at Davenport. Listen to Video Game Hour out every week. I do the thumbnails. You're welcome. Find my writing on Laharo. Don't add me on Facebook. That's weird. But yeah, that's it for me. Alan, you want to plug?
You can follow me on Twitter at UnworthyMirror.
I like this new game of figuring out what fucking Alan Twitter's handle is going to be week to week.
Yeah, because I just keep I was gonna do Unworthy Alan Mirror, but that was the or failed Alan Mirror that was taken.
He who wields this hammer shall have the power of Thor. That's all I think of when you say that.
Take from you your power. Okay, good.
You can look forward to. I haven't put this up yet, but by the time this comes out, it most likely will be up. The most recent stream that Hunter and I did of Payday 2. And maybe next, or by the time this comes out, there could be some Raid World War II stuff, too.
Yeah, given recentness, I'm not playing Payday for a long time, so. I don't feel very comfortable shooting a bunch of cops at all.
What about Nazis?
Nazis are fine.
Yeah. I'll shoot a Nazi in the face all God.
I would shoot a Nazi any goddamn day. But to close, I'm going to say a quick thing about what happened a week ago. This city is super fucking strong, and I'm really sorry for anybody who lost their life and anybody who's injured. But we will get over this as a city. And, yep. I don't know. I love Las Vegas. I'm sad this happened. But this will not beat anybody down. So, viva Las Vegas, everybody. Okay, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to our After Dark special. We're discussing the state of the DCEU. Good night.